health problem, mental health problem. You have a mental health problem, mental health problem.
Bye-bye.
You have a mental health problem, mental health problem.
Glued
You have
to
a mental health problem.
fetch the bolt cutters.
Pee-pee, 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 make pee-pee.
Naughty face bitch.
Pee-pee, pee-pee,
Beat a kid in Walmart.
pee-pee, pee-pee,
Toilet.
pee-pee, make pee-pee, pee-pee, pee-pee.
It is disgusting.
French kiss the guy next to you.
Those are naughty thoughts.
French kiss the guy next to you.
Thoughts.
French kiss the guy next to you.
Those are naughty thoughts.
French kiss the guy next to you.
Naughty face bitch. Naughty face bitch. Naughty face bitch. You're kind of like a snotty face bitch.
Abolish the police. French kiss the guy next to you. Abolish the police. Kiss the guy next to you.
Wow. Wow, that was amazing. That was amazing. Looking cute tonight. Hey everybody, welcome to the program. Welcome to the ill-prepared program, guys. Just wanted to say, and I mean, this show, I cannot believe this happened. I cannot believe this happened, because we have one of the biggest guests you could get. What is it? The wealthiest man or the second wealthiest guy? Jeff Bezos. What is it? What is his name? Jeff Besitos. He is the founder of Real Player or something. I don't know what it is. I'm just frankly not that into that stuff. So he did something, and he's going to be on the show. Can't believe it. I mean, this is one of the, one of the most talked about people in the world, and he's on this show. It's really, really crazy. And of course, no new topics. I forgot to update the topics. Definitely, I think we've really squeezed as much content as we possibly can out of the best No Limit album covers. But if you have a No Limit album cover that you think is going to blow our mind, then feel free, okay? Feel free to shoot away. And of course, today is a really big, probably the biggest moment, is we do this thing called the Toilerette, where this one really, I would say, lovely young lady, really interesting, cool young lady, goes by the name of Chippy. She kind of just like squeezed in and opened up her own, she just started her own bachelorette on this show. And all these guys have been competing for her, her affection. And today is the final. Today is the final. The finale. The season finale of Toilerette, where she's going to pick the guy. She's going to pick the guy who is her choice. Okay? I really worded that well. Thank you, Ian Camp. RM, did you see Sam debate Yaron Brooks? If so, what did you think? I mean, I actually, what was this, like a year ago? Yaron Brook, his Ayn Rand Foundation took a bunch of PPP money, like the loan money from, that during the pandemic was giving these kind of to kind of float some of these companies. And he took a bunch of it, and I actually sent him a super chat when he was on his stream, and I was like, hey, Yaron, because I knew he had to answer super chats, like every super chat he was answering. So I was like, hey, Yaron, if you hate the government so much, why did you take all that? Why did you take all that PPP loan money? And he got really upset. You could probably find this thing. He got a little fired up, and he was like, of course I took that money. Of course I took that money. And he went into a very convoluted explanation about why he took it. But it was pretty great. He got a little flustered on that one. But yeah, so we got Jeff Besitos. And I want to say this. A lot of people are really pissed off. A lot of people are really worked up and fired up, and they're doing this. And they're also doing, where is it? You guys know what I'm trying to
You're hurting the kids.
They're doing that because this guy, I don't know how to describe this guy. He's a kind of an interesting character. The Slovenian philosopher Slavoj Žižek, he calls in here a lot. He gets on the Discord, and he's in all these jams all the time. He calls in with nothing really substantial to talk about. He's just like, you know, starting fights with people and causing problems. The mods, I believe, have permabanned him. He is setting up like alternate Discord accounts where it's like, it was originally like Slavoj Žižek 88 or something, and now there's all these weird ones that are like Zhizh 99 and, you know, the Parallax View 46, you know, Violence the Book is Awesome 49, like all these kind of, you can tell it's him. It's like the name of his books and stuff, but we have tried to permaban him, so hopefully a lot of people hate that segment. He is gone, I believe. Okay, but we'll see. You know, we'll see if he squeezes through. And last but not least, thank you for the recommendations from everybody. Okay, thank you. Where is she?
Here we go.
I was looking for the "you're welcome." Thank you so much for all the recommendations on how to get rid of fruit flies, because man, oh man, that was horrible. They're almost gone. Like, these flies are buzzing in my face. They're but 88 is Slavoj a Nazi. And I think it's just like there were 87 other Slavoj Žižeks, to be honest. I don't think it's any kind of thing. But guys, thank you for the recommendations there, because it's mostly gotten rid of these things. These things are in my face. They're flying into my mouth. One flew into my nose at one point. These things have just taken over my home. Really. Chippy, are you there?
Yes.
Chip, 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 chippy, chip, 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 chip. Oh, he's doing like a doo-wop thing. Greg was doing like... Greg,
can I sing a song?
Yeah, go for it.
You got what I need. When you say you're just a friend.
Wow.
You know he recently passed away, right?
Yeah, I do know he passed away, but the way you sang that made me think, I mean, look, Chippy, you got a beautiful voice, but how long is it going to be until, like, one of these people, who would it be, like John Legend or somebody, does, like, a sad version of that song?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be like, ding, dong, ding, ding, you got what I need. It's going to be like that.
Or I hope it's like the Fast and the Furious song, the I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
Yeah.
Oh,
the funny thing is that they did that whole thing, and I saw Fast 9, and they did a Paul Walker thing as if he's still alive. So what was the point?
Oh, God.
See you again.
They CGI'd his ass in there?
No, he wasn't there. They showed his car from, like, I think... Fast and the Furious 2 or something like that. The blue, I think it's like a blue Toyota or something like that.
What's his name? What's his name in that movie? Do you remember?
Oh, fuck.
We'll just call him
Walker's
Paul.
Name?
But what if they did that? They're like, we got to keep this plot line with Paul Walker, but they just wave at him from really far away. They're like, hey, Paul.
His name is obviously like the most white, like cop generic name because
Trevor
he's a cop
or something. Yeah.
Right. So whatever you can come up with that description, that's probably his character's name.
Okay, Jeff Arnold, I want to say thank you. Wrap a piece of foil around a cup of vinegar and poke some holes in the top. Don't leave open food for 3 days. Yeah, that's what I can't do. Jeff Arnold is I just like, there's something in my brain that says when you're finished with food, just leave it. Just leave the remnants scattered around your home.
What?
I know.
That's such a waste.
Chippy, and I don't know if you heard this.
Brian O'Connor. The character's name is Brian O'Connor. That's
Brian
Paul
O'Connor.
Walker. I told you, the whitest like cop name you could think of.
Brian O'Connor. He's you know, he's
Irish.
He's Irish. That's what I was gonna say. All right. Well, Chippy. Okay. Are you excited? Because this, just to like build up excitement for this. This is the final. This is the finale of Toilerette, your show where you make these guys compete for your love.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm feeling a lot of things.
I gotta say right now, I'm looking at the Discord, and you know how in Discord there's these different rooms, and the Toilerette room, usually it's packed to the brim with guys. It's a little bit, it's telling, it's kind of like symbolic. There's just 2 guys in there. Just 2 guys.
I know, right? It's kind of weird.
At the end of this whole thing, will you sing the A Fast and the Furious song to the one you gets chopped? Including the Wiz Khalifa rapping part?
I can look it up and try.
Okay, very good. You gotta do it. All right, Chippy.
Wait, can't you get like flagged for that?
No, because you gotta sing it. If you play it, we're getting flagged, and we're getting.
Oh, okay. I just have to sing it. Okay, that's cool.
And
I got it.
Okay, don't get us permabanned. Classic Chipford. Classic Chipford. Guys, get really excited. Get really excited. Do that in your pantaloons about the guest that we have today. It is, I don't know how we did this. It's sort of like, we've talked about this before. It's sort of like the Ali G situation where people will be like, how do you get these guests? How do you do it? And that's us. That's us on this show. And there's nothing anyone can do about it. You know what I mean? But first, let's take a few of our beautiful Discord calls.
It isn't.
Willem DeFlush, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Willem DeFlush, last time we talked, you were kind of ramping up this idea of doing some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu training.
That's right.
Is this offer still standing? Do you think,
yes,
I mean, you've seen me on video. I'm a bit of a weak, fragile guy. Do you think this is still possible?
Yes, weak, fragile men. That's what we want in martial arts.
Very, very good. Well, Willem DeFlush, what is going on with you?
I actually have a really Larry David-esque story from the crypt of England, if you want to hear it.
Dun, 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 dun. Well, what is it?
Okay, it's a breakup story, but it's not sad.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, so I was sitting in a cafe. It was just me, the girl I was dating at the time, and one other person. And she's got her back to this other person. Mm-hmm. And she was breaking up with me.
Oh!
I know. It's almost impossible, it seems. But but she was like very sad and crying about it the whole time. And I'm completely distracted like Larry David. I'm staring at the other person sitting directly behind her, and it's Robert Pattinson reading a newspaper, trying to ignore her. Yeah, just 3 people in the cafe. She starts like breakdown crying. Oof. And he just folds up his newspaper real quick and runs out. I think he didn't even pay his bill.
Would that be awesome if they were like, "Hey, sir, you didn't pay your bill," and they beat, they brutally beat Robert Pattinson? That would be good. Was he making the face where he's, that meme where he's wearing that like Adidas tracksuit? Did he look like that at all? Did he have that kind of like off-putting look?
He was kind of like clearing his throat and ruffling his newspaper like anxiously, like he didn't want to be in a real life scene.
Right. So you guys were making Robert Pattinson super uncomfortable.
It was just the 3 of us and whoever the guy was behind the counter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you while she was crying, were you like, excuse me for a second, and then you go and follow Robert Pattinson to get an autograph?
No, but I did kind of ignore her. And then when Robert Pattinson got up and left, after she was done saying things, I said, that was Robert Pattinson.
She's like, oh, well, that changes everything. I don't know if I've told this story on the stream, but I was in this, for some reason, I think one of my friends was using the bathroom of this hotel downtown where I live. And down from the stairs, this giant, it was kind of a little bit of a fancy hotel. Down from the stairs comes Adrian Brody. You know Adrian Brody, right? The pianist?
That's right.
Yeah. Adrian Brody walks down, and we all just look. My friend comes back from the bathroom, and we all just look at each other, knowing like, oh, it's Adrian Brody. And we kind of like panicked. We had like a group psychosis of some kind. And then he was walking toward the front door. We just started following him. We didn't even verbalize to each other like what the plan was. We just started following him. And then I could tell, like, once we got outside, he kind of like started to note it. Like he was like looking behind his back a little bit and started getting creeped out. But we still kept following him. And then he just got in this like, like the whole deal where like somebody opened the door for him and he got in this like black tinted SUV and like took off. And we just looked at each other like, what is wrong with us? Like, this is how we behave around a celebrity. We just start following him. Like, what is our problem? Weirdos.
He called in security because he saw jiu-jitsu black belt RM Brown trailing him.
Exactly. Yeah, I could tell he did. He started getting creeped out. Well, that's good. You have a lot of these weird celebrity encounters, it seems like. Guy Ritchie threw you a beating. Robert Pattinson, you're doing off-putting things. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if I have that any more celebrity, but everybody's got weird stories, and I feel like that's just sort of my thing now. I'm just showing up, giving you a bit of non sequitur, weird, no context, and then just politely leave.
I love it. Well,
but I do don't flush me yet because okay. I need to do this real quick.
Let's hear it.
I just want to say that there's this interdimensional pigskin playing, Walter Mondale's gate pulling, Millhouse middle name having, 37th president of another U.S. son of a bitch trying to talk his way out of a Guy Ritchie English hard man style beatdown from truly your own Willem Green Goblin to Flush.
Ooh, so you're starting this is part of your, what do you call it, WWF style thing against Richard Nixon.
That's right.
Oh.
We've been hanging and banging, brother.
I can't wait to see what happens. I can't wait. He's got that little George Bush action figure, though. He could throw that at you. I'd be careful.
Well, I've got Team RM Brown Jiu-Jitsu on my side.
All right, Willem DeFlush, I can't wait to see how this goes, and I will talk to you later. Good guy right there. Good classic guy. Good voice. Gotta love him. Somebody says people are just saying their celebrity encounters in the chat now. I played basketball with Lil Romeo and Silk the Shocker. I think you're lying about that, Sky Daddy. I'm going to be straight up and down on that one. I think that you are full of crap on that one. You are full of it. We should be saying I should be saying thank yous for the super chat, which we will get to that. We will get to that. And of course, we will get to the beautiful interview with our very special guest very, very soon. But let's talk to a couple more people. Head for Hydra, are you there?
Hey, what's up, dude? What up, dude?
What up, boy? How are you? What's going on, Head for Hydra?
Oh, not much. I tried to catch you late, like super, super late last show.
Oh, but it didn't happen. Oh yeah, you basically got cut. What would we call that when it's like the show is ending and people don't get on? I guess you didn't make the cut or something.
And then Chippy came in and shoved us all out of the green room like a bunch of drunk animals.
Oh, unbelievable. Chippy thinks she owns the damn joint, right?
Especially that green room, that waiting room. What if I was just hanging, It's not like you gotta lock the door.
You could be hanging and banging, but...
True.
Well, Head for Hydra, what's going on? What do you got for us tonight? Somebody says, hail Head for Hydra.
It's about time. I wanted to get your opinion on me agreeing with Slav on the whole Fantano bad takes thing.
Oh, yeah, just to catch everybody up. This is part of why I think the mods wanted to super ban. They wanted to super ban. They wanted to perma ban Slavoj Žižek because he gets on here and he threatens people and he threatens Anthony Fantano with a fight. So So you agree with him on this Fantano take? On this fan take?
Oh yeah.
Fan take? And what is it?
And I've got 3 examples.
Okay, let's hear it.
These are all things that Fantano downplayed or said that they were worse than they were.
Okay, let's hear it.
Manchester Orchestra's Black Mile to the Surface, easily their best album.
What did he say about it?
I think he called it like long-winded and boring.
Oh,
yeah. La Disputes, Panorama. Again, their best album. The production on that album is perfect.
But he was crapping all over. He was crapping all over it.
He said Wildlife is their best album, and that's clearly their 3rd best album. I don't get it. And then finally, Godspeed You Black Emperor's Asunder, Sweet, and Other Distress is it might not actually be my favorite Godspeed album.
Okay.
But it has my favorite Godspeed song on it.
Let's see which.
I'm with Slav.
Let's see which one he's.
I won't condone the violence, but
yeah, I know he took it way too far. Like, it's okay to be upset, but he took it way too far. Let's look at his 10. Spelling the Turning Wheel gets a 10. Daughters, You Won't Get What You Want gets a 10. Kids See Ghosts gets a 10. Kendrick these are the only 10s? There's only like 5?
Yeah, he's only done a few. And I think he does something weird where he wears like a specific shirt if he's about to give somebody a 10.
He's wearing the yellow plaid shirt. And then this one I guess makes sense. Kendrick Lamar to Pimp a Butterfly. I feel like he's kind of milking.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that one. He's kind of milking this whole 10 thing though, right? It's like, ooh, is he gonna give a 10? Oh, like he's milking that a little bit.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, we're gonna get one of those like petition, like online petitions going to get him kicked off YouTube. What do you think of that?
Kicked off YouTube. I want his Twitter banned to only like 6 words. Like he has to figure out a way to present his music takes with just 6 words.
That's a
like
really
6
good
specific words.
That's a really good idea. Yeah. And this is not, this is not to censor him. We're not trying to censor him or take away his freedom of speech. It's just like he needs to learn. He needs to learn a lesson,
Yeah, cancel culture is cancer, and he still gets 6 words. It's fine. Yeah, it's totally fine.
6 words is more than enough. And it's not. I wouldn't call it cancel culture. I would call it helping culture because we're trying to help him.
Yeah, I like that. I'll get us some shirts made.
All right, good. Well, head for Hydra. I'm going to definitely get really foamed up about these inaccurate ratings he's given, and I'll talk to you later.
Love you, buddy.
Bye. Chippy, are you there?
Hello?
Reginald Swanson I gotta just give a shout out to Reginald Swanson in the chat. He says NBA young man. Yeah, Slavoj Žižek came on here and he thought NBA young boy was NBA young man. So he gets a lot of things wrong. But anyway, Chippy, what I was gonna say to you is should we get a Toilerette segment going? Or do you think we should sort of milk it? We should sort of like build up the suspense and the tension.
I think we should start, and possibly with Landriel. I shared something with you as an alternative, but if you think that's not going to work, then we can just go with the original plan.
Landriel is in the chat right now.
I am. I'm here.
Landriel, you are in with the great Chippy. Are you familiar with this? You're familiar with this woman, Chippy, right?
I think so. I think I've heard of her.
Okay,
before.
you've heard of her.
Yeah.
You're competing for her affection, for her love, for maybe even getting married to her, like in the Bachelorette. And you made it to the finals. I mean, already this is pretty good. Would you agree? Would you agree with that?
I think that I have been myself, and I think that Chippy enjoys me as a human being, and just because that lined up with everything, so I'm happy to be here. I'm honored to be here, but that I'm not better than any of the guys before, for sure.
Very nice. You're being very diplomatic. That's something that I've noticed about all of these contestants. There's not a lot of like this, I'm gonna murder this guy. There's not a lot of that. It's very, very good dudes, right, Chippy? Chippy? Oh, Chippy
dudes
bailed.
being good dudes.
It's just dudes,
I'm
guys
here.
being dudes. All right. Well,
Yes.
Chippy, what do you have to say? How do you want to tee this thing up for Landriel tonight?
So yeah, Landriel, tonight, as you know, is the finale. And I need you to present to me the ideal, the perfect, one and only virtual date.
Sounds great. I will do just that.
Virtual date.
Sounds
Awesome.
good. So, starting off on the perfect date, we have to resolve the unfinished business of previous interactions that we've had. That unfinished business being Goblet of Fire, Harry Potter.
No.
Some would argue is the one with the largest romantic subplot in the series of films.
True.
And secondly, we have to finish Assassination Classroom. So,
Yes.
starting off with those two things, that's two things we have to do. So, after that, which I assume will take at least 2 days to do both those things.
Yeah.
After that, so our date's already 2 hours long, 2 days long. So, just going into that. Secondarily, I would like to go on wizardingworld.com and I would like to compare our houses and our favorite characters and spells and places and stuff from the Harry Potter series. I think we could have a nice conversation about that.
Those are naughty thoughts.
Our wands and our Patronuses and everything like that. And
Holy
we could
moly.
also have a long, in-depth conversation about J.K. Rowling's phobia and problematic tendencies involving that person, because you always have to preference that every time you talk about Harry Potter. So that's an important thing to bring up.
I want to do a little bit of a short interjection here. Richard Nixon, you know how sometimes this happens in The Bachelorette, like a guy from a previous season he'll come in and all the guys will be like, "What? He's back?" But Richard Nixon in the chat, he says that he lost his little mini George Bush action figure. Remember that?
That's a tragedy.
It's a tragedy.
That's legit. I'm legitimately upset about that.
That is bad.
That is not good.
Just let's all keep him on our prayers that he finds that action figure. And sorry, guys, please continue with the date.
Okay.
So after we do that, I have a surprise.
Okay.
So your favorite anime crush
Blue
is
Chew.
Spike from Cowboy Bebop.
Yes, he's hot.
So I may or may not have been in contact with his voice actor. And by may or may not, I mean I've sent him emails and he hasn't responded. But I think I can get Steve Bloom to come and have a cameo on our virtual date.
Oh.
And he could come and he can talk to you as Spike from Cowboy Bebop.
Oh boy.
I think I may have to pay him thousands of dollars.
Definitely.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Holy moly. Well, as long Landriel, I think part of the deal would be because a lot of the people in chat, a lot of people watching the show, they really liked not only your mom, but your mom's crew, the sort of crew that she was hanging with. Could they also possibly, so it'd be the Cowboy Bebop voice actor, and then maybe like your mom's crew could come too?
I think that'd be great. I think we should gather a caravan of various people. Maybe like a bus, like a party bus, perhaps.
Hell yeah.
Of various people, and we can all like party together. They would all be like surrounding us on table. We have our own table, then the whole restaurant will be full of people we know.
How's this sound so far, Chippy?
I love it. And I mean, having Spike around in our date is even better.
Very good. Very good. This is sounding pretty good. All right.
I mean, I can't look at Stephen Bloom, so I'll just like look at Landriel, but like Stephen Bloom can talk behind me. So I think it's like Spike talking.
I may have to pay him more.
Yeah.
It's gonna cost you. That one that one's gonna cost you, but it'll be worth it. All right. I'll let you guys think about this. You figure that one out. Those are some pretty good offers. I'll bring an anime voiceover. actor, I'll bring my mom and her crew. Pretty good. I don't know how the comedian's gonna top that. Although every time Chippy even hears the word the comedian or hears him talk, she starts giggling. So I think there's something there. Bro, I like you, but you don't know how to party. How dare you? RM, would you have tech problems on a moon stream? Not sure you want to invest in that. I will. I'm gonna... Okay, guys, speaking of like going to outer space, I think it's now time to bring on, honestly, one of our biggest guests, the biggest guest ever. I mean, Slavoj Žižek's pretty big of a guest. But just to kind of like sort of build this up. Let's hear this. So after this space flight from Jeff Bezos, they did this little, I don't know, press thing. And so here we go. Let's check this out.
The newest international astronauts, the crew of New Shepard. Congratulations, all 4 of you. Jeff, what was it like? Was everything you imagined?
I'm going to answer that question, but just real quick.
Please.
I want to thank a few people. First of all of the engineers at Blue Origin who have toiled hard to get this done. The people who build the vehicle, all of our manufacturing people. This is a big team. They've been working on it for many years, and they have done an extraordinary job of building the most reliable, most beautiful, most fun. I mean, thank you from the bottom of my heart very much.
Wow. Okay, so there we go. Jeff Bezos went to outer space, went to space. He went to inner space, right? Ladies and gentlemen, do we have him on? Oh man, is he having trouble getting into the Discord too, like everybody else? Is he in?
Hello?
Yeah, hi. Is that Jeff Bezos?
Yeah, what's up? What's up, bro?
Okay.
I'm just kidding. That's not how I talk. I talk like this, you know? This is how I talk, you know?
Okay. Yeah, I was sort of shocked watching that video that I've never watched a Jeff Bezos interview before, but I was sort of shocked to hear what your voice is like.
Well, dude, that's how I talk. It is what it is,
Yeah, you're really leaning hard into the sort of California accent a lot.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean. I don't know what that is. I don't know at all.
Okay, cool. So I guess the first question I have, I mean, I can't believe that you agreed to come on the show, but I guess the first question I have is what's with this space stuff? I that's a general question, but you kind of like billionaire guys, you all want to go into space. What's going on there?
Well, dude, the Earth it's become so disgusting, It's so gross. I kind of want to just, go somewhere else,
Okay, you want to go somewhere else? Like where?
Well, right now, we're tossing around a couple options,
It's really hard.
What? I talk normal. This is how I talk, dude. You never listened to a Jeff Bezos interview? What's wrong with you, dude?
I'm kind of just adjusting to it. So you kind of want to go somewhere else? You want to go to a different planet? Like where?
Well, like I was saying, we're kind of tossing around a couple options, and right now, what I'm thinking is we're thinking Saturn. Saturn would be cool. I want to get a bunch of Amazon warehouses up there.
You want to get a bunch of Amazon warehouses on Saturn?
Yeah, I think it would be really cool if all these Amazon warehouses were on the ring of Saturn,
You want to have people working in Amazon warehouses on the ring of Saturn?
Yeah, I'm actually already got a name for it.
What?
Amazon ring.
Okay. Like the Saturn ring.
Right, the Amazon ring.
It's the Saturn ring.
Yep. Exactly, Amazon ring.
I think you're going to have some problems with that because I don't know, I'm not an astronaut or whatever, but I'm pretty sure the Amazon ring is just ice and rock. So you want these Amazon warehouse workers to be standing on like pieces of ice and rock all day?
Ice and Rock, is that like, that sounds like a George R.R. Martin. Is that his next book or something, dude? A Song of Ice and Rock.
Yeah, it does. It does seem like one of those books.
Like, by the way, like, what does a George R.R. Martin do all day? If he's not writing that book, like, what else is he doing? You know? Like, that's his one thing.
Yeah, it really is. What else would George R.R. Martin do? He's like one of the few guys on Earth who has like literally one thing that everybody wants him to do, and he won't.
Yeah, he won't do it. It's just like, do your one thing, dude. Like, what else is he doing all day? Like, looking at hats? Like, going to old hat stores or something? Like, what's he doing?
He strikes me as a guy who would like, he goes to Starbucks, like he drives through.
Yeah, he gets like a large latte.
Okay, let's just try to get back on point.
Maybe he's not inspired or something, you know? Maybe he's like what else? Like, it's easy.
What do you mean, like writing one of those George R.R. Martin books?
Yeah, it's just like throw some zombies in there or whatever, and a couple of sword fights and some boobies, and there you go. You got a book, you know? It's done.
Okay.
Bada bing, it's done.
Bada bing?
Yeah, bada bing, dude.
Who are you, like George?
George.
Yeah, who are you, like George or something?
George who? George R.R. Martin? Anyway, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, anyway, I think you're right. He's milking it a little bit. But I have to ask, if so your goal is to set up these Amazon warehouses on Saturn. What's the deal?
I think, like, my thing is, like, I'm going to live in the middle part of Saturn. You know, there's the rings. And I'm going to kind of, like, live in the middle part.
Yeah, the middle part?
Yeah, like, that part's all vacant, I believe.
Okay. So you'll have all your Amazon workers on the ring, and you'll be in the middle part.
Yeah, whatever it is. The sphere, whatever they call that, dude.
Okay. Well, I mean, the middle part of Saturn is also not inhabitable. It's just like gas and electricity. I mean, I think you'll be killed immediately if you do that.
I don't know if you know this, dude, you little turd.
Okay.
You little dork. But I have billions of dollars. And I'll be damned if I'm going to let that little idiot, you know, Grimes' husband.
Elon Musk?
Yeah, Grimes' boyfriend or whatever. I'll be damned if I'm going to let him set up his factories up there on that ring before I do.
Okay, I see. So this is just like a lunatic billionaire trying to keep up with another lunatic billionaire. That's sort of the vibe I'm getting.
I don't care about those other guys. You know, like, what's that other guy, that old guy, Richard Brandon or whatever?
Richard Branson? That other rich guy who went into space for whatever reason?
Yeah, like, he's a dork, dude. He's a nerd.
He's a nerd.
Yeah, I actually heard that, like, when they went up to space, like, he got scared. Like, he had to call his mom from space, and she had to fly up to space and get him, and he was just, like, laid in a blanket, like, in the back of her spaceship on the way to, like, while she flew him back home to Earth.
You made that up just to make him sound like a baby or whatever, right?
Yeah, like, he's a dork, dude. He's a nerd. Whatever, just don't stick up for him. He's a little baby.
So anyway, this is really like this sort of rich guy billionaire competition stuff, space race stuff is really obnoxious.
Yeah, it's obnoxious, and you're not.
Okay, fair point. So I got to, like, one of the last questions here. A lot of people seem pretty like put off or sort of weirded out by that clip where you're thanking the Amazon people, the Amazon,
like they live in the Amazon jungle.
No, like the workers at Amazon, because, you know, it's kind of over the past couple months, it's like public knowledge that the conditions in these factories and all this stuff are pretty horrendous. And, you know, there's that story about people peeing in bottles and all this stuff, you know, and they're like pooping in bags and all this. Like, do you don't think that's a little weird for you to thank them when you're flying off to space?
Well, dude, this is actually a big motivation for starting the Amazon Ring project.
Amazon Ring, which is you setting up warehouses on the ring.
Can I finish, dude?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, like if you want to do the show yourself and not have the richest guy on the planet, that's cool. You know, you just
okay. All right, go ahead.
Well, part of this Amazon Ring project is that these workers, while they're standing on those pieces of fire and ice, or whatever, like they'll be in space. You know, I mean, you get where I'm going with this? They'll be in space.
No, I don't follow.
Dude, come on, think about it. They'll be in space.
What do you? Well, I don't know where you're going with this.
Dude, you don't need bathrooms in space, i.e., no bathroom breaks. You get what I'm saying?
Oh God! Oh no!
They could just go pee-pee and poo-poo just there, dude. They don't even have to stop doing their factory work and their delivery work. They just do the pee-pee and poo-poo in space, dude, and it floats off and, like, I don't know, lands on Jupiter or some crap. I don't know.
I just want to sort of, let's just get this straight, okay? You want to turn Jupiter into a giant intergalactic toilet for your Amazon warehouses. That's what you're saying.
I didn't say, dude, hold on.
What?
I didn't say that, dude. You said that. You said that, dude.
I literally just repeated what you were saying.
Actually, you know, you're right. That's actually a good, when you were saying that, I thought of a good slogan, actually. One small step for, what did that guy say?
One small step for man?
Yeah, one small step for man, one giant toilet for Amazon warehouses, dude.
Wow, that is bad. That's bad stuff. Like, this is why you guys want to go out into space.
Yeah, whatever, dude. And I'll be out there in the middle of Saturn, like living there, laughing, dude. I'll be laughing at you from middle of Saturn with all this electricity. Like, what are those things called?
Bolts? Like lightning bolts?
Yeah, exactly, dude. With lightning bolts, like, going into my brain and head and laughing at you, dude, because you're stuck here and you're laughing. Well, I'm laughing.
Yeah, you're laughing.
Yeah, I'm laughing at you, and you're stupid.
Okay. What did I do to deserve that?
Well, you got an attitude, dude. Like, let's be honest. You got a little bit of an attitude. And actually, I've been timing you with these questions.
Okay. You've been timing me?
Yeah, and you need to speed it up.
Yeah. Like how you time people in the warehouses.
Yeah, like you're way behind. And I kind of wish there was like a trap door in the floor that I could press a button and you go down in it, dude.
Okay. Calm down. All right. So I think there's a couple flaws in your little plan here. Like, if you're living in this middle of Saturn, like this ball of gas and electricity and all this scary ass crap. Saturn's scary, by the way, right?
Yeah, dude. Have you seen that video where the guy, he was like, if the moon, or if Saturn was as close as the moon, what it would look like?
Yeah. Oh my God. That's terrifying.
Ugh. If I walked out there and I saw that Saturn just floating around, I would be like, what the hell, dude?
Yeah.
I'd be like, what?
Yeah, I know. Me too. It's exactly right. But like, so you're in the middle of Saturn. You're in the middle of this horrifying, deadly planet, right? How are the Amazon deliveries from the ring?
Yeah, from the Amazon ring.
From the Amazon ring. How are they going to get to you in the middle when they're on like a totally different, let's just call it surface?
Well, these people who are doing the deliveries, I call them serfs.
Serfs?
Yeah, serfs, because they're out there surfing. They're surfing on that ring.
Okay, you're going to run into some problems with that one.
Yeah, the serfs, they're just going to throw my orders, like my Amazon orders, they're going to throw them to the middle part. And I call the middle part, where we live in the middle part, the lords.
The lords? So there's serfs throwing the Amazon packages to the lords in the middle of Saturn.
Yeah, I call them...
Why would you call them lords?
I call them lords because... Have you heard the new Lorde album?
Lorde, the singer?
Yeah, Lorde. That new album is pretty good, and she's pretty cute.
Yeah, okay. So you guys are all listening to Lorde. That's why you're called the Lords.
Yeah, we'll have like that new Lorde album will be like on repeat, you know?
Yeah, like on... That California accent is killing me.
It'll be like on repeat. That album, The New Lord, so we're the Lords, you know? It's pretty good, dude.
Okay. So there's another flaw in this.
Yeah, you're kind of like a negative Nelly, dude.
Okay, it's a huge flaw that I think you should at least be aware of for this Amazon Ring Saturn project. These serfs who are surfing the Amazon Ring, like you said, they're peeing and pooping just out into space. How is that not going to rain down on you along with those packages that they're throwing?
Ew! Oh!
Yeah. So you're going to get your packages, but they're also a bunch of their pee and poop is going to come along with it, right?
Oh, dude. Yeah, I did not think of that. Actually, I just thought of something.
What?
I think we'll set up a bunch of fans, like 2 different fans. Like one fan will be going toward Jupiter, where we want all that doo-doo and cock and pee-pee to land. And then another fan will be like the fans that push my packages to me, you know?
Okay. All right. That's really, really stupid. You are a deeply troubled guy, huh?
Yeah, but before I want to go, I just want to thank the workers who made it possible for me to float around up there and goof around in space. You know, it's money well spent. You know, I think a lot of those people, if we gave them raises or whatever, they would have just wasted that money.
Yeah, they would have wasted it. Yep.
But I spent it wisely. I went up to space and I was goofing around. You know, I was like, whoa, dude. I can't sit down normal. You know, it's money well spent. You know.
Yeah. Okay. That's crazy, right? You're a crazy, deeply troubled guy.
Yeah, whatever, dude. Well, I gotta go. I gotta go back to space or something. I don't know. I'll talk to you later.
Okay. There he goes. Jeff? Can you Jeff? Can you get it there?
I'm stuck, man. How do you work this?
How come nobody can get themselves out of Discord?
Dude, how can I get out of here? This is like when I take the 10 to the...
Don't do the Californians bit.
Take the 10 to La Jolla or whatever.
Okay, no. Get him out. Can you permaban him? Yeah, there we go. He's banned. That was... It's sort of like those Slavoj Žižek interviews where it's just you think you're going to get some useful information. He just blows it. The other thing with that ship is imagine having all that money and you're just sitting in a wiener shaped thing, you know? You're just embarrassed. I'd just be embarrassed. I spent all this money on this to sit in a wiener. Pretty sad. Keys Andrew? Are you there?
Hello? Keys Andrew?
Oh my god. I got a new did you ban Mary Kate said you banned Jeff Besitos? Good. Get him out of here. I thought that might be
Besitos? Jeff Besitos. Jeff Besitos. Hey, what's up, Key Andrew? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I think who is this person?
I'm on Discord.
Okay, I don't even know who that is. But what's up, Keys Andrew? How are you?
Who that is. I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. What do you got for us tonight on this really, I would say, monumental episode where Chippy's gonna chop Chip Chap. She's gonna chop Chip her. She's gonna do a chip chop on the final on one of these 2 final guys. So this is a big night. So I hope you're coming with something very interesting tonight, Keys Andrew.
Yeah. Let me ask you something. Have you ever heard of analog horror?
Analog horror. I saw a video of that what's that guy's name? Chad Pensington or whatever. He put up a video about that, but I didn't watch it. What is it?
It is okay, let me try and explain it to you. So, you know how there's an aesthetic around VHS tapes and old media?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So what analog horror does is it uses that medium in a way to create very disturbing and how do you say I want to say suspenseful kind of stuff. So for instance, there's this this one's pretty famous, I think. This is the top dog. Local 58. I think that was like one of the big first ones that started doing it. And it's like it's YouTube channel where it's supposedly an old news station that's broadcasting, and like things go wonky with the broadcast, and like there's like an alien invasion, and like
when did Local 58 come out?
I think it started coming out around 2017, I believe.
Okay.
The guy that made it has made many other sort of things like it.
So is analog horror, would that be considered more of like an aesthetic, or is like, are there specific, like, would we have to, like, could I call, because I always thought of like Cronenberg movies, some Cronenberg movies as kind of like that. Does that count or no?
Honestly, I would say analog horror is kind of like Eraserhead, but like,
There we go.
Like, imagine Eraserhead but made nowadays, and it looks almost the same, but also it's like it's very it's like in the media itself. It's like an ARG basically.
So it's kind of, is there a look? Yeah. Is it kind of like grainy? Somebody says, "Oh, Fat Cat Tiny Studio says Local 58 is totally worth checking out." I think you hit. I think you hit a nerve here, my friend.
Yeah, Local 58 is awesome. There's a bunch of them. There's the same guy who's making Local 58 is making one right now. I believe it's called. No, what's it called?
Do you know what I'm talking about though? There's that guy that. Wait, the analog style of filming is so overplayed. Is that part of the look? It has to look like old. It has to look old, or it has to look like it was shot on film.
Yeah, that's kind of a big part of it. At least from the ones that I've seen, it's very much a big part of it. Like, it's usually it's not just that, but it's also like glitchy. You know how like people would make videos of like YouTube. I mean, what am I talking about? Of like creepypastas, and like the haunted video game, and they would like mess with the footage in the game and stuff.
Yep,
it's kind of like that combined with actual like suspenseful horror stuff.
Okay.
And the style is very like there's no loudness to it. It's very subtle. Usually it's more disturbing than like straight up scary, unnerving.
Somebody says, remember when RM didn't list Godfather at all in his top Pacino films? I don't think, I gotta say, like, if that's just not my favorite Pacino. I'm sure it should be, but that's a very reined in Pacino, and I like the kind of lunatic Pacino. You know what I mean? Like him in Heat, when he's just like yelling all the time and hitting people. That's sort of the Pacino I like. But if we were to be very like by the book, I think you're right. I probably got to throw a Godfather in there. So, well,
yeah, Godfather is really freaking good.
It really is. Well, Keys Andrew, will you come back and we'll do sort of a report on analog horror? Like I'll watch this 58 movie. Local 58.
Let me also recommend something else really quick.
Do it.
There's a new one called The Walton Files. It's really good.
Is it about the Walton family that they own Walmart?
No, but it is a family that owns it. It's very it's FNAF inspired, but it's not like what? It's different. You just gotta watch it. It's
all right. Keys Andrew. Let's come back and we're gonna talk about this Local 58 and analog horror. A lot of people crapping on analog horror in the chat. Analog horror is just trying to play off the Blair Witch aesthetic from Rocky Pond Pig Productions, says that. I will say though, Blair Witch I get a little spooked when I watched that movie when I was a kid. Oh, Any Given Sunday. I think I did put that on the list. If I did not put, you gotta fight for that inch. If I did not put for Any Given Sunday on the list, it definitely deserves to be there. That is a great Pacino movie. I watched 6 episodes. Shenanigans. I watched 6 episodes of The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. You're definitely, I feel like you need to get into recovery mode after that. Lower quality recording is useful for horror because not being able to see everything in crystal clear detail can make things scarier. You know who said that? David Lynch. David Lynch was really into like DV video like SD DV video when it came out, because he was like, yeah, there a lot of stuff gets like lost in the picture, and that just makes everything more scary because you got to fill it in with your decrepit, creepy imagination. And I totally agree. I totally agree with you. VX, good point. Good point on there by you. Chippy, do you read me?
Yes.
Should we do part 2 or the next installment of the finale of the Toilerette starring Chippy?
Hell yeah.
Hail to the yeah. Okay, so we got to call in. We're calling in the other guy, right? Comedian.
Yeah, but remember, this is a video.
Oh, yeah, this is a video. So we started off with a video?
Yeah, let's do the video and then bring him in.
Okay, let me bring him back. Comedian, sorry, bring you back out. And let's bring up this video from Comedian. And if this video is not good, I think even Chippy, let me say this, and you tell me if I'm wrong. I've noticed your reaction to even the name, the Comedian, and him saying or doing anything is you start to get a little giggle. Is that like a tell? Is that a tell?
I don't know. Okay? Right. Just play this video.
That's a tell too. Better be good.
I hope so. I'm watching the stream and it has a lag, so sorry if my reactions are kind of behind.
In the larger sense, houses, but even house appliances.
This thing's 3 minutes and 37 seconds. So if it gets tedious, this might be an immediate chop and permaban.
You better not.
We have just pure functional objects.
Virtual date pitch.
Ordinary, everyday objects.
You paused it in the stream. I'm gonna have some laggy reactions.
For the Comedian and Chippy. So this is his date pitch.
This is gonna be good.
AKA Chipford, he says. Or La Chipperina.
I feel like I'm living through Inception because I have to have the sound on the stream on to know what's happening.
So
he's got a bunch of Zizek drops in the background too. Okay, so he's showing his DVD collection. Here we go.
Chippy and I can maybe have a nice romantic movie DVDs. Date night. We can both watch a movie. I was hoping we can maybe pick something out of my collection here. I have a wide variety of different movies and genres, TV shows even. And I got some animes actually, but I was thinking we could maybe pick one of these out, do kind of like a share screen type of situation, or just watch something that we both have on, HBO or Netflix or whatever, and kind of, do.
So it sounds like what he's basically saying is a Netflix and chill, which is a pretty okay.
But like old school, right? Because it's like
it's
DVDs.
An actual DVD, yeah.
Yeah.
And now he says drink. The Comedian's going right to the point here. He says drinking. That's the next title. It just says drinking with a bunch of exclamation points. Okay, here we go.
And I figured, with the movie, we could pop open a bottle of wine or maybe drink some beer, something that fits the tone of the movie or the genre, Maybe a little Cabernet, Red Blend, the Shiraz, Pinot Grigio.
I like that wine.
Figure something out. And if Chippy's not really feeling, wine or...
So he's saying, now it's a shot of all, hard liquor. Like Tito's vodka and Jose Cuervo and Bacardi and all this stuff. And he's like, oh, if Chippy doesn't like wine, she could have some of this harder alcohol.
Beer, maybe we can even make some drinks. I can kind of show her some of my, bartending experience. We can make a...
Oh my
Chippy,
God.
Somebody in the chat says that you guys should watch a Neil Breen movie.
Definitely.
All right.
Manhattan.
Maybe you could have the audience
various cocktails as long as she has the right kind of, equipment. She's got shakers and jiggers and all that good
Landrill's
stuff.
Much classier.
Yeah, that's a possibility too. I think that could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, let's just compare the two here. We got Landrill, who's literally willing to put up a bunch of money for to have an anime voice actor come in, and he's gonna bring his mom and her friends. And then the Comedian's just like, we could drink alcohol and watch a movie. You gotta love him.
I get it. Yeah, it's
Okay.
unique.
It's unique, but he looks like he's trying to turn the corner a little bit here because he says romantic evening walk with a little heart.
Ooh.
Let's see.
And maybe to round the date off, we can go for a nighttime walk.
Looks like he's got a Doberman. Is that a Doberman? He's got a dog.
Puppy, my dog.
I think so. Your stream is
And we can
so
just
behind.
talk. Just look up at the stars romantically and
so cute.
go for an evening stroll and just talk about whatever comes to mind. Joking aside, with the long intro and the old school YouTube format and the sound drops and the silliness of my video,
she's adorable.
I hope I win.
I see. You're
He's a
like
handsome
hovering
boy.
over, and I'm saying, yeah. Ooh.
Really think
Handsome boy.
Chippy and I can have a great time on our virtual date, no matter what we do. I've really loved getting to know Chippy both on.
Wow, this is really earnest. He's like
Yes.
Chippy. I gotta say, like when you pitched this idea of the Toilerette, I was like, this thing will be an absolute disaster. But like this has turned out to be a very earnest. Like these guys really like you, and you seem to like them.
Yes.
So I'm
and off the
honestly
Toilerette
shocked.
with our discussions.
You know
And,
what?
yeah.
I've expressed this before. I'll express it again. I thought this was gonna be like a joke.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was just gonna be. It's Discord, okay?
How do you
I've been
explain?
in Discord for a while. It's full of nerds.
It's full of, well, it's definitely full of like, apparently it's full of like a racist and weirdos, but you seem to have found the good ones, the good guys in Discord. But Chippy,
Seriously.
let's say whoever gets picked, whoever wins, how are you going to explain this to you guys' kids? Like, oh yeah, there's this weirdo who like made fun of right-wing political people on YouTube, and that's when I met my lover. You know, it's like
Yeah, it'll be like just imagine like you remember The Notebook, just like the two, like I'll be the old lady, he'll be the old man, and then I'll probably have like amnesia or something, and he'll just be retelling our story of how we met through RM.
Yep, very exactly. All right, let's keep going.
Yeah, I think we.
Oh, he's still
Think we'd be a
going.
good fit.
Okay.
Quietly dripping out.
He's
People
almost like
flashing-
what's that dude's name from Driver or whatever? How am I
Ryan
blank?
Gosling?
He kind of got a Ryan
Holy
Gosling.
crap!
He
You
kinda-
nailed it. You're kind of right.
He kind of got a little bit of a Gosling. Don't forget, he says also, don't forget to smash that like button and what? Vote for the comedian. He's trying to get the audience on his side too. All right.
Yes.
So there we go. We watched the video. Do you want to bring him in now?
Yeah, bring him in.
The comedian, are you there?
I'm here.
We just watched your video, and I think Chippy has a lot to say to you right now.
I really, really liked it. I like your DVD collection, and your dog is adorable.
What kind of dog are we working with there, comedian?
That is a Belgian Malinois.
A
They're part
Belgian
of the,
Malinois.
Shepherd. Yeah, they're part of the Shepherd family.
Very good. Very good. Cool dog. Very cool. Is he a good boy or bad boy?
She, you just misgender my dog, is a very good girl.
Oh, God. Sorry. She's a very good girl. Okay, very good. So this thing's not going to maul Chippy to death or anything?
No.
Okay.
She's very
Not you,
she loves attention. So,
very good. People are saying, people are agreeing that there's a Ryan Gosling look, which is, you could do a lot worse than old Ryan Gosling. But anyway,
I'll take it.
Chippy, what else do you have to say to the comedian?
I just want to say that I liked how earnest you were. I think RM nailed it. You seemed very honest and real. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I tried to make like a down to earth video, but with the jokey, like old school YouTube, like the MIDI music with the title crawl thing and trying to be a little funny with it.
That was a thing for a while where the titles would be like, can we speed up? Like the titles would they would slowly reveal themselves, and you would be like, oh my God, just put all the text at once. You nailed it. You
I saw
nailed it.
people in the comments like 2 times speed. Hurry this up. It's like, no, this is the point. It's supposed to be funny.
That's an aesthetic. Like people were talking about the analog horror. That's like 10 years ago. YouTube is like very slow titles, MIDI music, and it's just kind of like drags on forever.
Early YouTube, yeah. But RM, you kind of skipped over the ending. I had some funny sound drops. I was trying to emulate your sound, sound drops, but it's all good. No, it's okay.
I'm just chilling in Cedar Rapids.
There's like a Hillary Clinton sound drop.
Yeah.
Very good.
Like flushing toilets for Donald Trump and like the Howie scream and like the gunshots and all that. Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
And the Hillary.
I think that's a big selling point right there, Chippy, is that he's got a good soundboard. So we got to give it up.
True. He can help me with like the voice mod too.
All right. Well, I think Chippy,
hold on, RM, you kind of talked over I was like, I thought it'd be fun for a virtual date to like make drinks with Chippy. You were just saying I was just trying to get her drunk with like hard liquor, but I think that'd be fun as a virtual thing. Like we both, I teach her how to make cocktails and stuff. You were kind of
I was kind of giving a little. I was giving.
Are you trying to sabotage it?
I was giving I totally was. I was giving you a little bit of a hard time with the hey, look, I got lots of alcohol. I got DVDs and lots of alcohol. What are we gonna do? I love it. I love it. I do love it. And
for the record,
go ahead.
I could also pony up cash and hire Steve Blum for cameo. I think anybody could do that. So it's not just a Landriel thing here.
Oh, wait a second.
Voice actors.
Wait a second. This is intrigue right here. So he was kind of implying that he knew this guy, but Landriel was just gonna go on.
Listen, he said he emailed but never got a response.
Oh, he was just gonna go on cameo. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, man.
I too can do that.
Oh boy. All right. Well, look, I think one thing we should kind of think about is what kind of drink will be made. Will it be like some kind of fancy, like a sweet cocktail, or is it going to be something classy, like some kind of a Manhattan or something? So that might be something to think about. So I'm going to let you guys think about this a while, and when we come back, Chippy, this is going to be the finale, right? This is going to be the final chop.
I know.
I'm
excited.
This is intense, okay?
Yes.
All right. So when they come back, when Chippy comes back, it will be the final moment of the Toilerette. Squid for Hire, thank you for all the $1 bills, by the way. Yo, you gonna watch your Beta Boy I'm so glad you said that. There's a link below to a show called Beta Boys that I'm in that my friend Matt produced and took a lot of time to edit, and a lot of other really fun, actual actors in there. Beta Boys, you can find it in the link below. Episode 2, there's 2 episodes, but this one gets pretty spicy. Yo, you gonna watch your Beta Boy on RM and not like the mother effing stream? What's up? Okay, he's just calling people out. Jeff Arnold, has anyone noticed Pac-Man is using a soundboard now? That piece of shit. Where is he?
Blue Chew. Only old people will die, and we don't really need to worry about that. What I want to do is Blue Chew.
That's sick, and I think that's a really good sort of YouTube drama we could start. Me versus Paxton, because a lot of these people get views. Like it's Jimmy Dore. He's like, I hate whatever, Anna, whatever from TYT. And people are like, click, 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 click. So I'm going to say right now, David Pacman, you are doing everything wrong. I'll look at the camera while I say this. David Pacman, you have done everything wrong. You have stolen from me my intellectual property, or IP is another way to say it. You've stolen from me, okay? You're trying to pass it off as your own. You're doing a lot of wrong stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if you were doing cryptocurrency pump and dump scams on your thing, because you're pumping that stuff full of ads. Okay? So, much like Hulk Hogan, I'm calling you out right now. Are you going to be honest and upfront about responding to me, or are you going to keep with this crap? Unbelievable. This guy steals. He steals and he steals. He steals and he steals, folks.
This guy steals, he steals and he steals. He loves stealing. He loves stealing. That's what he does, folks. He's a bad guy.
That's right, President Trump.
He's a bad guy. He likes to steal. He likes to steal, and he likes to deal and wheel and deal and likes to peel his bananas.
That's right. Your voice sounds different.
It is what it is. It is what it is. He's a weird guy.
Yep, very weird. But Steven Packman, if you're gonna answer to me, then you are a true grown-up. Be a grown-up about it and cut the crap, okay? People are saying in the chat you don't sound so hot, President Trump.
This is what I do. It is what it is, and I talk like this now. Yes.
Okay. Very weird.
Very weird. Weird stuff. It's weird stuff that we got.
A lot of controversy in the chat about this Toilerette, because this is it. This is it, guys. And I have a feeling that Chippy will actually, like, there will be a real romance at the end of all this. So, but before we get into that, ladies and gentlemen, one of the High Council members and one of the mods who has the power to ban and permaban people like Slavoj Žižek and all these people who kind of suck around the Discord, Mary Kate. Mary Kate, you've been through a lot lately, and yet you still make it to the stream. This is the true nature. This is the true nature of a real player. Mary Kate.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Of course, I couldn't let your stream go down. I had to give it that little bump.
I need that bump. It's like really, it's on life support. It's like it'll drop down and then a few people will come up and then they go away. We really I'm just dancing. I'm just dancing away for these people and trying to keep them around.
Oh yeah, you're doing your best, bud, and we're really proud of you. Really proud. So we wanted to ask you a question. So I was talking to this Ryan C guy, this Ryan guy in your chat, and we were talking in your Discord today. Mm-hmm. Everyone was saying you're like late 20s, like they think you're really young. And I was like, y'all, he's older than that. Mm-hmm. But they're all like, no, there's no way. Like you're aging him. He is so young. And everyone came to the conclusion at the end. They're like, damn. This guy, he's doing great. He's aging well. And this Ryan C guy, this creep, he wants to wear your skin. He was like, I wish I could take off RM's skin and wear it so I could be that pretty and have that baby face.
Wow. Wow. It's sort of like, that's what I thought when I heard that Skinwalker Ranch. I thought it was like, what? So these aliens walk around in people's skin. But he wants to do the literal skin walking. He wants to walk around in the skin, literally.
Mm-hmm. And you should be flattered, your first skin stalker, that's a big milestone.
Yeah.
And we were just wondering, what's your secret? I remember that one time during a very early stream back in like March or April, there was that guy who was like yelling at you in chat. He was like, for the love of God, RM, please put on some moisturizer. And I was thinking, I'm like, does RM use moisturizer? What's his skincare routine? So share your anti-aging secrets with the people.
Oh, I wish there were. I wish there were a secret. I think it's just that, I just don't have a lot of. I have like, I would say like maybe it's like like Benjamin Button like aged in reverse, right? Or was Benjamin Button. Benjamin Button was born as an old guy and then he reversed into a little kid, right? I think I'm like, I was just born in the middle because I always kind of have looked the same. And that guy Vadim was saying like, oh, you have the voice of a little kid, which is kind of true. I think that I'm just
kind of true.
Yeah. So I think I'm just kind of stuck. That's all it is like this, something didn't kick in properly at some point. And I'm just sort of stuck like in the middle Benjamin Button zone. Is what I think is going on. And all that, by the way, is very complex medical jargon, but I think that's pretty much somebody in the thing says I'm not even gonna read that, but people are going off in the chat. But I think that's what it is, Mary Kate. I think just have some kind of a gland disorder of some kind.
So you're saying, in like 20 years, you're going to look exactly the same. And it's really basically just something that only you have. And the rest of the commoners, they just can't get it. That's basically what you're saying, right? Like, we can never hope for this ability, is what you're saying.
Are you familiar with Andy Milonakis? Let's show him the respect he deserves. Andrew Milonakis?
I am not.
You don't know Andrew Milonakis?
I don't. I just live in my uncultured bubble.
Look up Andy Milonakis, and that's what I have. Andy Milonakis, I think, is what, like, people in the chat. How old is Andy Milonakis? He's like, what, in his 40s or something? But he actually he does have a true little kid look to him.
Yeah, he's 42, I think.
Whoa, Andy
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So I have
crazy.
I have what I call light Milonakism. I have light Milonakity, and that's what it is. It's got its good points and its bad sides, and that's what it is. A lot of people are like, "Hey, where are your parents?" And I'm like, "Hey, I'm almost 40," and they're like, "Okay, whatever, but you can't go on the ride." And then I just have to watch my friends. It's
and
sort of.
And you're part of the Lollipop Guild, so they're like, well, listen, kid, if you fit the height requirement, we'll cut you a break. And then they measure you, and you're shorter than Goofy, and you can't get on the ride.
Exactly.
It's really sad.
Exactly. Yeah, a lot of the problems are ride related. If there's a lot of like, if I'm like, oh hey, I'd like to have a drink, they're like, oh, but we can't have like little kids drunk here at this restaurant. So it causes its various problems, but you know what, Mary Kate, you did give me a little bit of an ego boost there, and that makes me feel good, and I appreciate you.
Of course, I'm always here for that.
Well, Mary Kate, I'm going to talk to you later. I'll hit you up later because we got to figure out your you're trying to do a fundraiser, so we got to get that on point, right?
Yes, I had a car crash recently. I owe a huge. Thank God I do have another alternative insurance company that's covering me, but there is a giant deductible, and I am so broke. And your audience has been amazing in their donations, but I will link it in the chat, you guys. I do have a GoFundMe. If I know we're all just the proletariat here, but if you have a spare 25 cents, I appreciate it, and I'll put that up there just to plug myself. Just unclassily, trashily plug myself before I get flushed.
Hey, you know what? Yeah, we're keeping it. It's not trashy, but we do keep it trashy here. And I will donate to you, Mary Kate. And I'll talk to you. We got to talk about this. I'll talk to you later, Mary Kate.
Hell yeah! You have a good night.
Bye. Good person right there, by the name, of course, of Mary Kate. Let's just check it. Chippy, this is just Chippy. Are you that Chippy? Chip?
Yes.
Chip? Hey, Chip. How you doing, Chip?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I just wanted to sort of, Peaky Blinders up in this. I just wanted to, this is just going to be a very brief check-in. Is everything going okay? Are you kind of sweating and you're like really just stressing out about this choice?
I just know. I know.
You know already. You've made your choice.
Yeah.
Okay, but we're going to draw it out so the audience has to wait. We keep them. Because I know once you make that announcement, the 122 viewers is going to drop to like 50. So we're going to do what we call shady marketing tactics. And we're just going to keep drawing this thing out as much as we can. What is this? Oh, no. Not this. You got it. I thought we permabanned him.
Hello?
No, not Slavoj again.
Yes, come on, man, don't do that shit.
Okay, let's make this quick. What do you have to say?
I just really need to come on 1 second because I have true problem this time.
Every time you come on, it's a problem. Like, you never come on here and like talk about your new book or talk about Hegel or whatever. It's always on my stream on like Jacobin or whatever. You're saying all this very deep, important stuff. You come on here, it's like you're in money trouble or you're threatening Anthony Fantano. It's like, come on.
Come on, just give me one time chance.
Okay, what do you have to say?
Well, last time I come on, I made huge mistake, please.
Okay. Yeah, you made a huge mistake. What did you do?
I did something wrong. Sometimes I do, you know me, sometimes I do things that I do what they call I write checks that I can't cash. You know what I mean?
You write checks that you can't cash?
Yes, I kind of shoot my mouth off about some crap, you know?
Yeah, because last time you came on, you did something that I feel like could have probably even got me banned from the YouTube, which is you threatened to fight Anthony Fantano.
This is exactly why I came on, because I have not slept ever since that, because I don't know if you have noticed this.
What is it?
By the way, this is something, you know, I'm about to make strong point when I say, have you noticed, like, the voice goes up?
Yeah.
Have you noticed that Anthony Fantano?
Yeah, Anthony Fantano.
Sometimes he uploads videos where he is wearing a tank top.
Yeah, tank top. He wears a tank top sometimes?
Yes, and I was watching one of these videos, and I noticed he is actually a very big guy, you know?
Yeah, he seems pretty strong, actually.
Yes, he's a big guy. He's strong. So when I made threat to him to fight, I did not know of this strong man. He's strong boy of Anthony Fantano.
Yeah, you threatened to fight him before seeing that he's actually pretty big, pretty strong.
Yes. So basically, I just want to get out. I have not slept in a long time. I am very worried that he's going to get me.
You think he's gonna get you?
Yes, he's going to get me, I think, because he looked like he could put someone's head through a wall with those arms, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm very scared about this now. I have not slept in days up worrying about Anthony going to get me.
Yeah.
So can I please just make apology to Anthony, please?
Yeah, okay, fine. I mean, I think that's the right thing to do, but go ahead.
I want to make this earnest, so I will look into camera.
You're not on camera, you're just on Discord.
Okay, I look into camera on this. Anthony, please, this is the real Savoy. What I was saying is, it's not me, that's not the real me. I have been going through a lot lately. I have problems at home. I have problems at school. My grades are bad.
Your grades? What?
And please, my grandmother, she just died 1 day ago.
Okay, stop.
And so please, that is why I said this thing. That's not me. So Anthony, please don't smash me. Don't kill me. That's all I have to say. This is the true Savoy.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I would be scared too. I hope that he doesn't come after you. You know, he's one of the biggest YouTubers on the platform, Anthony Fantano.
Oh God, please, listen, let's not. I don't want to even talk about it anymore. It's too scary, this guy.
Yeah, okay.
Because this, I don't know why I do this. I make threats, and then I get into all this trouble.
Yeah. You make threats on a lot of people or what?
Yeah, oh my God. I mean, I all the time making threats on YouTubers, various internet personality guys, all this.
Really? You just threaten people on YouTube? Like who?
I mean, you name it. You name it. I mean, the FaZe Clan.
The FaZe Clan, yeah.
I threatened to fight all of them. Logan Paul.
You threatened Logan Paul?
Yes, I threatened Logan Paul. All these guys, I say, I will kill you. And I think that, the FaZe Clan.
Yeah, the FaZe Clan.
I think I could take them. Because, like, half of them are like, they are little kids. They're children,
Yeah, you think you could fight them because they're little kids? You're going to fight little kids, you're saying?
Yeah, like, what's the little guy's name? The smallest one?
FaZe Rug, I think you're talking about?
Yes, FaZe Rug I could take because he is like little kid, I could just say, hey, FaZe Rug, come here, and I could just grab him and throw him through a window or something.
Oh my God. Yeah, he's just like a little kid. You could just throw him through a window?
Yes. The problem comes, though, with Logan Paul.
Yeah, because Logan Paul's like, he's training for boxing and stuff.
Yes, he's training for boxing, but here is the problem. This is very I do my voice again. This is very interesting.
Yeah, you do that voice where it kind of goes up, like, here is, like, you're about to make a really strong point.
Yeah, this is very interesting. Have you noticed that Logan Paul, I think I could smash, I could kill him, because he's so stupid.
Yeah, he's very stupid.
I could just say, hey, Logan Paul, look over there, look over there, look over, and point to say, look, Logan Paul, look at ice cream man over there.
The ice cream man?
Yes, look, Logan Paul, look behind you. There's delicious ice cream over there. And then he turns around to get delicious ice cream.
Yeah, like, this is like the classic cartoon thing where it's like, oh, look over there.
Yes, look over there. And he looks, and then I just stab him or something.
Wow, you just stab him.
Yeah, and they kill him so he can't get me. So that I think I have covered. But, this Fantano, it's over. It's over. He please, you just leave me be, Fantano. I don't want beef anymore with you. You do great job, Fantano. I love this band. You love Grips.
Grips?
Yeah, he loves that band Grips.
Death Grips.
Yes. This is what I picture Anthony Fantano he does all day. He lifts those old-timey weights.
Yeah, he lifts the old-timey weights, like the ones with the balls on the ends of them.
Yeah, like 1920s, curly mustache guy. He's just lifting these and listening to Grips all day, getting pumped up.
Yeah, listening to Death Grips all day, lifting weights.
Yes, because that music, it gets you very angry, And so he says he's ready to kill me with that.
Wow. You're really always in some kind of trouble.
Yes, always in trouble. Always in trouble.
Yeah.
Always in trouble.
Okay. You're having a good time.
Yes, I had a few drinks tonight. But one more thing on Fantano.
Yeah, what about it?
With the Grips, like, the one thing, it's like we get it with the Grips. Like, a couple years ago, he was always talking about that. And people were like, oh, that drummer from Death Grips.
Yeah, the drummer from Death Grips.
They're like, oh, he's great. He's the greatest drummer of all time. He's so innovative. He's overrated. Come on.
You think the drummer from Death Grips is overrated?
Yes, like, we get it. It's enough. It's one of those things where it's like, I could do that. Like, I watched that guy, the drummer from Death Grips. I could drum like that. It's not that big deal.
Okay.
I would take, if I met that drummer, I could take snare. I could take the snare from his drum kit, and he would be like, oh, give me that snare back. And then I would say, you could come and get it. If you want your snare back, you go through me.
Okay. It sounds like what's that guy's name? I can't remember the drummer from Death Grips, but now it sounds like you're threatening him.
See? Yes, I can't help myself. I can't help myself. And then I get, one more thing before I go is, have you heard this expression? It's up shit's creek.
Up shit's creek?
Yes, I love this. I love this expression. Up shit's creek. Up shit's creek.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Let me try. Up shit's creek without a motor.
Up shit's creek without a motor?
Yes, I love to think about this. I think maybe this why I have not slept in days, because I am up laughing about the idea of some guy, maybe Anthony Fantano or some guy, stuck in a ocean or river or creek made of shit.
Yeah, it's pretty gross, right?
Yes, I could imagine. You imagine, because when you don't have motor, there's only one option left.
Okay. Yeah, I think I know where you're going with this.
You don't have motor on your boat in this water made of shit, so you have to put your hand into the shit. I love this so much.
Yeah, that's pretty funny, right?
And you can even take it one step further, which is that, what if that guy who is stuck in the shit river?
Yeah, the shit river, yeah.
What if he's stuck there and he has no water?
Okay, I know exactly what.
And what does he have to do? You say, what does he have to do?
I'm not gonna say it.
You goddamn it, say it. If you don't say it, I will not leave.
Okay, you will leave.
No, you say it or I will not leave.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he would have to drink the water.
Yes, he would. He love that. Very good. He have to drink that shit water. Okay, yeah, that's great.
Okay, that's enough. Can we ban him? Yeah, get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Still here.
Okay, stop it. He's got to be gone now, right?
Nope. Still here.
Okay. Okay, I think he's off. Oh, God. At least he apologized. At least he kind of made up to Anthony Pantano and Anthony Pantangeli. Anthony Pantangelo. Whew. It's always a lot from that guy. Oh, actually, there's one more thing I want to say. Now that we're calling people out and all that, this is a message. This is a message to YouTubers around the world, and the comedian kind of touched on this with his satirical video. Okay, if you're making a how-to video, a tutorial video, please get to the point. Please get to the point. Okay, if I'm learning how to, for example, I don't know, get bugs out of my house, fruit flies, for example, please get to the point. Okay, the one thing that should never be heard, and you should be permabanned from YouTube, is 2 minutes or 3 minutes, or for God's sake, 3:30 or 4 minutes into the video. Okay, let's get started. All right? If you look at the counter on your camera or your webcam or whatever, and it's 2 or 3 minutes, if it's 1 minute, if it's 1 minute 30 seconds, and then you're saying let's get started, you should be banned, perma-banned. Okay? So that's just my little sort of that's my little Lewis Black rant there. Don't do it. Get it together.
Lasagna Tube, are you there?
Hey,
Lasagna Tube, what up? The beautiful voice, ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful sound of the voice of Lasagna Tube.
Oof, thank you so much, bud. It's good to see you. How are you? How have you been?
Good to talk to you. How are you? And, of course, what do you have for us tonight?
I'm just trying to keep my head above water. You know, I heard you guys talking about the old Biz Marquee a little earlier.
Rest in peace. The innovator, the genius, genius musician Biz Marquee. Yes.
OG, rest in power, Biz Markie.
Mm-hmm.
I figured I'd do a quick take at the girl. You got what I need. You know what I mean? Just maybe that would be something of what that would happen if that were the direction they were to go. I don't know.
I'm really. They're gonna. I kind of want to see it, but I feel like it's gonna happen, right? They're gonna do the Paul Walker-esque tribute to Biz Markie song, right?
Right. With a little slow motion while the you got what I need. And we do a little fade.
And then they'll find the worst rapper the worst rapper possible to do like, you were my friend to the end. That's why you're gone, but I'll always remember you. Like, it'll just be like this really like annoying, earnest rap about somebody who that rapper probably didn't know about until like they hired him to do the song.
That is a quintessential early 2000s produced musical.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly. He was our friend to the end. We'll always remember you, Biz. Yeah. Like, just the worst. I love it.
Family.
And it'll be like the soundtrack to like Cruella 2 or something.
Yeah. Furious 12, starring the ghost of Vin Diesel.
F30 with soundtrack by John Legend and Pop Smoke.
Oh, tell you what.
Well, what else is going on? Tube?
I'm having trouble. You know what I mean? I'm having trouble.
Oh God, what's going on?
The bets have tanked, man. I don't know what to do. I'm sitting on all these bets. I don't know what to do. Honestly, I don't know who's going to win, but it's been an exciting ride. I'm worth it. I'm strapped in.
Mm-hmm. You're talking about who's going to win the Toilerette?
Yeah.
Who do you think? If you like gun to your head, you have to put like $1,000 on one of these guys. Who do you go with?
I think it's the comedian. You've pointed it out. I mean, look at the reaction.
Yeah, there's that giggle, that little cackle that she does is sort of like a absolute 100% accurate giveaway, right?
Exactly. You've seen the tells. He's a smooth fella. You know what I mean? We don't know RM is a smooth guy. You know the tells. He's been there.
We're gonna be singing soon. We're gonna be singing, Landriel, we were with you till the end. You were a friend, like that kind of. He's gonna have his own. Landriel, you were there for us. Landriel, you were our man. Like all of this crap. To quote Slavoj Žižek, all of this crap is very good. Well, Lasagna Tube, so. I'm with you. I'm like on the edge of my seat with all this crap. And we're gonna see what's gonna happen. And I gotta say, it's always good to hear your beautiful voice. Sometimes I get nervous, on this thing, and you calm the whole place down.
Well, I appreciate it so much. I just love to be in a part of the community. RM, you have a beautiful community here. It's so fun to be a part of it. And just if you want, next time we get to talk, maybe we'll talk a little bit about co-opting and the American identity. If you want to talk serious,
I would say 100%. Send me a message and let's do that Monday for sure. Absolutely 100%. You get VIP status.
Whoa, you do my heart so much. I feel it inside. I love you. It's good to hear from you. I hope you have a wonderful night.
Send me some links so I could kind of sound like I know what I'm talking about. All right.
Fair enough. That sounds fair. I look forward to it.
Love you, Lasagna. Somebody says, why do that Bezos rocket look like a wiener? Let's just say, why does it? I mean, that's really like to have all that money. You could have whatever you want. You could buy basically whatever you want. Like he was talking about when he came on the stream, he wants to buy Saturn basically. And you got to sit in this embarrassing ass rocket, this wiener shit. Maybe he think, I guess you could spin that it's cool, but it's kind of like, I would not want to be sitting in a giant ding dong, a giant dong as they call it. Would not. I would be like, this is a little embarrassing. This is a little. Stephen Primo, I love you. Thank you. Here's a tip for doing what you do. Stephen Primo, good guy and good name. Primo. That's a cool last name. Primo. You're literally, I'm Primo. I'm a Primo. This is Primo person right here. The other thing, I think, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but Matt Binder put up a video where he's talking about how, I guess people have been sending this around where that Marjorie Taylor Greene lady, she was interviewed, and the interviewer asked her, hey, have you gotten the vaccine? And she's like, it's my right. It's the right of doctors something to, I don't have to tell you legally. I don't have to tell. In other words, like, yeah, I got the vaccine. This anti-vax QAnoner, of course she got the vaccine. I mean, of course she got the vaccine because all of that crap that people like her do is like tribal performative crap. Like, yeah, look, I believe all the same crazy crap you do. Now let's go to Buffalo Wild Wings or whatever. Total bull crap. Of course it's bull crap. I mean, she's a ding dong and a phony baloney. Let's do a few more calls. We do definitely the Toilerette finale, like the final decision, we're going to drag out to the very end. Colin, are you there?
Hey, Colin, it's me, Grimes.
It's Grimes? You're the wife of that musky guy? I don't know.
Yeah, the musky boy.
There was
See
this.
you wanna die.
There was this kind of.
Grimes, calm down.
Okay. Hi, Colin.
Hi, Grimes. Did you hear that guy Jeff Bezos talking about your husband earlier?
Yeah. Oh my God.
He was saying some sick stuff.
He's talking a lot of shit. Oh my God.
Really
I'll do a
was.
karate kick on him.
Are you gonna make a song about this guy? You're gonna make it like a diss track of this guy.
Good idea. That's a really good idea. I'll put some like arpeggios and some of synth on it.
Yeah, some synth.
It's a good idea. Thank you. Do you want some royalties on that or what?
Yeah, I would. It was my idea. And if you need help with the lyrics, I think I can help you out.
Okay. Wow. She kind of wandered away. Sorry about that.
Oh man,
Colin,
she has to work on that song. So
yeah, I think you just sparked like her creative energy, and now she's gonna go like get right on a keyboard or something. So she definitely owes you for that. But before you say anything, I want to say that you are one of the high council. I mean, we're talking like top high council guys who, I mean, if you're doing some crap, you're gonna get perma-banned by Colin, right?
Yeah, that's very true. In fact, I perma-banned that guy Besitos.
Good.
So
very good.
We won't have to hear about his weirdo pervert rockets he's sending up into space.
That rocket. I mean,
yeah.
What like we all got to sit and look at that pervert-shaped rocket?
Right. There are kids that were watching that launch. How many kids did that kind of scare for life? I mean.
Oh. I bet that if you're in like science class or something, the teacher's gonna wheel. She's like, "Oh, let's take a look at this," and you're just watching this giant wiener like thrusting through the sky. I mean, he's a pervert. He's a pervert. Maybe we got to come out with it. It was
very Freudian kind of stuff he's up to there. I don't know.
Yeah, there's got to be some Freudian thing about like he wants to get that rocket through the Saturn ring or something. Let's watch out for that when he starts going on about that,
Yeah, maybe he's compensating for something. I don't know.
Somebody, Ryan Carroll, I don't know if you know about this, Colin. I don't know if you can chime in on this, but Ryan Carroll, he's a pretty good. I mean, we got some pretty good chatters up in this piece. Do you agree with this?
Yeah. I've seen this guy Ryan around. Yeah.
And he says that Grimes sort of has a beautiful voice, but then it goes into like The Grudge or some kind of like, Japanese horror kind of voice.
That's mean. That's mean.
Oh my God. Grimes, stop. Wow. Sorry about
that. Kind of an ego airhead kind of girl there. I don't know. Kind of a diva.
Come out and play.
Ew, scary. Jeez, sorry, Colin. Sorry.
All right.
Well, what's going on, Colin? What can you tell us? What insight can you give us into the world of life tonight?
Well, we kind of do this thing. We have kind of a film corner. You're sort of like the master, and I'm your pupil. We're training for like a film trivia thing. I have to argue against this guy who's always reviewing obscure French movies on Letterboxd. So you're kind of training me in the art of movies.
You argue with this guy?
Yeah. He has his top 4. It's like these French movies from the 1920s. It's like those aren't your favorite movies. You're trying to look cool for all the Letterboxd ladies. It's kind of gross, kind of thing.
He's trying to meet babes.
Right.
That's where he goes to meet babes. Letterboxd. What?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this world is just filled. We got Besitos flying that wiener through the sky, and this pervert, just creeping through Letterboxd trying to meet girls. Yuck.
Yeah, it's some sick stuff. I got some movies for you though. I'm sure you've seen them before.
Let's hear them. Let's hear them.
I got 2 movies. I wanted to get your take on them. Your spin, the RM spin.
Yes, please.
All right. So the first one was it's called The Battle for Algiers. Are you familiar with that one?
The Battle for Algiers is great, and I found out about Battle for Algiers through Steven Soderbergh, because he was talking in an interview about the movie Traffic, and they were like, well, the look of this movie is very interesting. And he was talking, and that's how I found out about it. Battle for Algiers is a great movie, totally. And a very, cinema verite, realistic look to it, right?
Yeah, it's kind of shot like a documentary almost.
Yeah.
I heard that a lot of the people on the Algerian side, at least, were, actual people that fought in the Algerian Independence War, which I thought was really interesting.
I've heard that too. Yep.
So this movie has the RM. It has the RM stamp of approval. This one.
100%. Somebody says flowers for Algernon. No, Battle for Algiers. Totally stamped of approval. Great movie. In fact, now that you brought it up, I haven't watched it in 8 or 9 years. I think I might have to rewatch that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it for the first time a few nights ago. I thought it was really interesting.
Yeah, totally. And it's cool to see that kind of experimentation, because we're not going to see a lot of that. There's not really a lot of that sort of let's make this as real as possible and put non-actors in it and all that stuff. That's just not as much of that. I would like to see more of that, because that does kind of really texture a movie when it's let's throw some reality in there,
Yeah, it was very interesting because it didn't pull any punches. It was very and the way it displays the violence between both sides is very interesting.
Oh yeah, totally. Great movie. I would recommend everybody, if you are cool with watching an older movie, black and white movie. I mean, I don't know, I'm assuming that black and white is a problem for people. It's probably fine, but Battle for Algiers, check it out.
All right, and I got another one. I think this is a classic too. It's on that the Critical channel or something. That YouTuber guy. Mm-hmm. He's always talking about movies. It's called The Seventh Seal.
Mm-hmm. Seventh Seal is a classic. Seventh Seal is a classic, but I have not watched it in a really long time, and I honestly think that I don't even remember it. But did you like it?
It's another one I thought was interesting. I'm not sure how to feel about it. I think I liked Battle for Algiers more. Okay. But Seventh Seal has this kind of existentialist kind of vibe to it that I like.
It's a Bergman movie. Yeah, I forgot about that. It's an Ingmar Bergman movie. Yeah.
I'm trying to watch all these classic movies, and I
know it's funny because Bergman is a lot of people's. They're well, that's the filmmaker. That's the greatest filmmaker of all time. For some reason, I never could get not that I don't think that he's a great director, that Ingmar Bergman is a great director, but that I just something about it, about those movies, I could never get into them enough to keep watching them. I got to give them all another try, I think.
Really? I mean, Seventh Seal is the only one I've watched, because it interested me because it was of its setting. Mm-hmm. I did a lot of I've done a lot of reading about medieval history, I guess. So that was kind of like caught my eye. I don't know if you have a Bergman film that you recommend, because I know people kind of say that he's a classic, iconic kind of guy. So
like of those iconic older directors who are like, wow, this guy really changed things, Bergman's definitely up there. Like a movie that I like that he made, it's like one of the few that I stuck through the whole movie, is a movie called Wild Strawberries, I think he did. I'm gonna make sure that
Wild Strawberries.
Yeah, Wild Strawberries is pretty interesting. I like that. But honestly, and not to sound like a snob, but he was never my favorite. He was never my favorite of that like era and of those like auteurs. I always like Godard, and I know that people are gonna be like, "Oh, you're a snob" or whatever. But I feel like he really like did things that were like, and there are other directors who do this, that like he's literally doing things that could that are a language, like if making movies was like a language of its own, that other languages couldn't express certain things, like he's doing that in movies. Like he's messing with editing, and he's messing with like the way that time works in a way that's still kind of interesting. It doesn't like lose your attention, but whatever. That's my thing. That's my thing on like those auteurs. But I really think I got to give Bergman another shot.
All right. Well, I don't know. Do you have I'm trying to learn about, cultivate my appreciation for cinema. Know what I'm talking about when I talk about movies. So the floor is yours. If you want to pitch a film to me, I'll write an essay on it. I'll turn it in on time.
Well, okay. So if you're trying to go French, I mean the most obvious one would be Truffaut with like 400 blows and all that stuff. And all 400 blows is interesting because it's just like it looks so good and da da da. But there's that movie Bob the Gambler, which is a pretty like, I mean it's a classic French movie.
Bob the Gambler.
Yeah,
Okay.
Bob the Gambler is still a classic French movie from this guy Jean-Pierre Melville. But it's basically Ocean's 11, but like a little cooler and shot in a way more cool, interesting way. And they tried to remake it with Nick Nolte with a movie called The Good Thief. But watch Bob the Gambler and tell us.
Watch Bob the Gambler. All right.
Yeah, tell us what you think. It's a heist movie. They're going to rob a casino in Paris.
I like Soderbergh movies, so I'll probably like it.
Yeah, you'll like Bob the Gambler then. Let me try to think of what other.
Yeah, I got my notepad out.
Have you watched any of those Godard movies?
No, I haven't. I have not.
Try those and tell me what you think.
So just any Godard movie?
Watch Weekend. Watch Weekend. Weekend, or the one that people really go on and on about is Breathless. Somebody says in the chat, Breathless. Somebody says in the chat, try this one. It's a little obscure. It's called Anchorman by Lisa Cucchia.
Oh, I think that's a French one, so it's like Anchorman, right? You know, you have to say it like that.
Anchorman. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that's kind of a very heavy movie, so I may have to experience more before I'm ready for that one.
They are really experimenting with the form there. Yeah, it's a very experimental. You know, they're trying to push the boundaries of what's possible there. Cinema Pat says best opening shot in Weekend. Yeah, Weekend's amazing because it just and also if you want to know where our boy God, why am I blanking on his name? Royal Tannenbaum's director.
Wes Anderson?
Yeah, if you want to know where Wes Anderson got his visual style, watch Weekend and then watch Contempt. You'll see watch Contempt. You'll see where he got some of that stuff. Then watch Weekend and you'll see some more. Then watch another movie. I'm gonna say it wrong, but it's Tout, Tout, Va, Va, Bien, and you'll see like.
Wait, so that was T-O.
Tout, Va, Bien, and you'll see like literally like the cross section of the submarine in that movie of Wes Anderson is literally a copy from Tout Va Bien.
All right, interesting.
All right,
I'll check it out.
Colin, I love you, and I'll talk to you.
Love you too.
Going on and on. I love Wes Anderson too, but look, undoubtable that he adopted a visual style from another guy. Ryan Carroll, a YouTuber has a video on the history of witchcraft in film and said The Devils is the best depiction of witch-based mass hysteria ever. The Devils, really? Huh. What about Vitch? I thought Vitch was pretty good, actually, for like that kind of a very realistic version of like what witchcraft would actually manifest as. Guys, I'm really kind of worked up. I'm really kind of worked up, Chippy, about this. I'm shook. I'm shook right now. Are you familiar with this idea of being shook? Because this is actually, look, we're just gonna go into the other room, okay? Chippenham. We are now down to the wire. We are in the final moment of the Toilerette. This thing has been going on for months, years, some say. This thing has been going on forever. And it started off as sort of a joke, right, Chippy?
Yes.
We thought this was going to be just a disaster. We tried to do it once, and then all the tech just decided to stop working, and it all fell apart and flushed itself down the toilet. But we kept going. We kept persevering. We said, we're not going to stop with the Toilerette. And now we find ourselves here. The final two contestants. Two beautiful boys that Chippy, she kind of giggles when both of them are mentioned. Chippy, the floor is yours for the final moments of the Toilerette.
So I just want to say both these boys are incredible. You know, Landriel, very funny, talented, and, you know, he's fighting the good fight with NASCAR, and I respect that. And then I have the comedian, who is also very handsome, very kind, nerdy, which I like, and has the cutest dog I've ever seen, frankly.
Oh, yeah.
So, but you know, I have to make a decision, okay? There aren't laws that allow me to have multiple men in my life, sadly. Feminism hasn't gone that far.
Oh!
So, the choice that I am making tonight is I need to put stressful or some type of music on.
It's happening.
Okay. The boy that I am choosing to be the winner of the Toilerette is the comedian.
Whoa! 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 Oh my God!
Toilet.
Oh my God!
Flushing toilets.
Kind of weird when you don't have like an audience or anything.
No, it can't be. Oh, people are shouting from the audience. No!
I can't believe this.
Oh no, he's back. I can't believe. No, we don't need. Oh my God! Wow, Landriel, I'm so sorry, but you, my friend, have been chopped out of this, and one man is standing. The comedian, ladies and gentlemen, the comedian. Comedian, what do you have to say about this? Well, actually, sorry, nope. Comedian, sorry. Actually, let's give Landriel the floor first.
It's been a fun ride. I played to have fun and to get to know people, and at the end of the day, even though I wasn't picked, I made some great friends.
Oh,
and you know, it was a great time, and I thank everybody for allowing me to be part of this, because it was really an enjoyable experience. It was.
Landriel, what a classy sort of concession speech. You're beautiful, Landriel. You know, you're beautiful.
Thank you.
I mean, you made it really far in a competition that was kind of got sick, kind of got weird. People were backstabbing each other. I think somebody sent some kind of a like thugs to like hurt other contestants, but you
Right,
still
that's right.
you still made it, and you should be proud of that. So
you.
Chippy,
People in the comments are saying "Stop the steal" right now.
Oh my God, Landriel, you need to start a whole campaign and do a fundraiser about how this was stolen, how there's all these irregularities and all this stuff. So you got to do that, Landriel. You gotta.
I'll be sure to get right on that because I think that's the moral thing to do. You know.
All right. Well, Landriel, no matter what, you're one of the most beautiful and meaningful guests on this show, and we love to have you. But bye bye. You go bye bye.
Hey,
Well,
no!
You want to
Don't
bring him back?
flush him.
You want to bring him back? Okay. Chippy said to bring you back, so I'm gonna leave. People are saying they want a season 2.
Wait, no, wait. People have to hear this.
Okay,
The
go
stream
ahead.
has to hear this. So,
Chippy, go ahead.
Landriel, I know that you did not win the Toilerette, but I did not want you to leave alone. And because of that, I have spoken to Mary Kate, and
What's
tonight
happening?
you will be going on a date with Mary Kate.
Wow.
Wow.
So Chippy's trying to what would you call it? You're trying to set Landriel up with somebody. You're like, I chopped you, so here, let me set you up with somebody else. Basically, you're trying to pawn him off. Basically,
I'm not pawning him off. Landriel knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay, Landriel, that's pretty good. So there are other options here for Landriel, and we'd love to see it. Thank you, Landriel.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much.
Love you.
Love you.
Okay, I chopped him this time. So but we could do like an old timey like, and ladies and gentlemen, now our lady of the show, and she is the winner with her beautiful new date, goes by the name of so comedian and Chippy. What do you have to say to each other?
I'm pleasantly surprised. I was pretty nervous. Landriel was a tough competitor. You know, he didn't pull punches. He brought his mom into the show, talking about hiring a AAA anime voice actor, Steve Blum.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know. I was getting really nervous there, but I must have done something right.
Can we be full disclosure about that anime thing? He was going to hire that guy on Cameo, though. We got to be full honest.
He said he was going to go through professional channels when we were in the Toilerette lobby.
Yeah, well, I think he's stretching the truth a little bit, but that makes him even more endearing because he'll do anything. He would have done anything to win, yet somehow still the comedian is the last man standing.
So happy. I'm happy right now.
Chippy, what do you got? Chippy, what do you got to say?
I'm happy. I'm happy with my choice. I really like the comedian. He's great.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have it here. The new couple. I just choked on ice. All right.
God.
Ladies and gentlemen.
The host is dying live.
Ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful new couple. What should we call them? The Toilerette couple, or what should it be?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know how when people get married, they put that little couple, the plastic bride and groom on top. We'll do that, but we'll just put it on the top of a toilet, maybe.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we have it. Ladies, gentlemen, and a neither, we have here the winner of the Toilerette and the Toilerette couple, Chippy and the comedian. Congratulations, guys. We all love you.
All right.
Yes.
You should talk to Mary Kate after this.
Okay, we'll talk to Mary Kate. Goodbye. Oops, sorry. I'm doing the wrong thing. Sorry. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Wow. What a stunning, and some say, how surprising ending to the show. We got to wrap this, frankly, piece of crap up because it's now 10 p.m. But Mary Kate, you got something to say? You got something to cough up?
You want to talk to Grimes? You want to talk to Grimes, Mary Kate?
Oh, God. Grimes is here.
What's up,
girl? Hey, girl.
Hey, are you like, have you renamed your baby yet? Like, how's it going, Grimes?
Yeah, we put more letters on it, so now it's AX, and then a 7 or whatever, and then there's like a W now, and then there's like a P. I think there's a P, and then like an at sign. You know, an at. Yeah, there's like an at in there now. So this baby is like whatever, you know.
The baby's whatever. That's cool. Okay. Well, Mary Kate, sorry that Grimes butt in. You got something to say? Because it sounded like
I do.
Sound like Chippy was trying to pawn. She was trying to pawn Landriel off onto you. What do you have to say about this?
I say I accept, and I'm gonna have to say I think Landriel accepts as well.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like a winner.
Wow, that's a really interesting twist. Is that there's two guys, but no loser. Like she kind of set it up in a way where everybody wins. Very good.
That's for sure. For sure.
Mary Kate, congratulations. I hope things turn out and we get invited to is the entire muscular class invited to the wedding, or what's up with that?
I'm gonna say like 85% of the 90% isn't invited to the wedding. I'm not gonna say everybody, but you're definitely invited for sure. And but I'm only gonna invite you if you adopt a cat, so you'll have to do that soon. There are some requirements to get in that you guys will have to fulfill, but it'll be fun.
Can I bring this dirty little rat to the wedding? Maybe put him in one of those like bubble backpacks. You seen those where the cat?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll just have him in.
It's gonna be a really pet friendly. In fact, if you don't bring a pet, you aren't allowed in.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Oh man,
yeah.
That is that. I'm not even. I ain't even trying to lie right now. That does sound like a funner version of a wedding.
All right. And I think Landriel's gonna have something where you all have to bring a game.
Yeah.
I don't know these gamer rules, but.
So Mary Kate, we got another episode. We got another live stream coming up on Monday. Do you maybe want to do like a live, like talk, like you guys can hash this out on air, like maybe do a date or something, or what's up?
Let's do it. I mean, I'm going to be out of town, so hopefully I can be there. My birthday is a week from now. It's next Wednesday, so
happy early
maybe we can do a birthday stream, right? So
hell yeah. Happy early birthday to Mary Kate. All right, Mary Kate, I'll see you in the next stream. Well, I'll see you later.
Stay tuned, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Stay tuned.
Wow,
that's really cool.
Yeah.
So a couple more letters on my kid's name.
Okay.
F.
Okay.
D. There's a D in there now, so it's AX dash or whatever. WP. What would at sign?
Yeah, at sign.
K. 3 Ks.
3 Ks.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, like that racist group.
Yeah, no. I want to take the power away from them by naming my kid KKK. So, but it'll be like AW, whatever, KKK, P, then another at. Wow, that's weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
All right, well, bye.
Okay, bye. Well, guys, that was a shocking twist to our show, The Toilerette. And got to thank everybody for being here. The beautiful voice of Lasagna Tube was on. Comedian the winner. But actually both Landriel and Comedian both won tonight, and we all won. You know who won? All of us, except for that Jeff Brasitos guy. He sucks, and stop flying around in that wiener. Well, guys, good night, and as always...
Bye-bye.